Simple structure. Good opening, so you can grab the audience in. It's the flavor of what comes in. Look at emotional connection, which comes from 1, eye contact. 2, what I would call the more you focused on the conversation, and through stories. As a consultant, I am sure you talk about and you give examples of great case histories, the clients that you've helped, which will be a model for the client, the prospect you're now talking to. They will understand your process. And one great story model to follow is situation, solution, success. What was the situation when your client first called you? What was the solution of what you did? And what was the success, the happy ever after? And then what we want to do is we want to populate our stories with flesh and blood characters that our audience of our prospects can relate to. And it's very important in the situation of the success that the words are of the words of your clients. For example, this is a very simple example. One of my friends was a sales manager of the Fairmont Hotel. And one day he called and said, "Help! Patricia, as you know, I'm a great salesman one-on-one. However, I have the opportunity to speak to an 8-person committee. They're staying at the Fairmont for a fam trip. And if they bring their convention to San Francisco, they're going to come to the Fairmont, but they're seriously considering San Diego. But I'm really nervous that I have to stand up and speak." So I said, well, let's step backwards. What are you selling? Well, he said, I'm not really selling the Fairmont. That's a given. It's selling San Francisco. I said, good. And you never knock your competition. How long do you have to speak? 7 minutes. What is it worth to the Fairmont if you get the business? He said $500,000. I said, let me get this right. You have 7 minutes to make $500,000. That is $1,048.67 a second. Even when you pause. So left to your own resources, how would you start this presentation? He said, well, I'm really glad that you're staying at the Fairmont and you're having a great time, and really, well, you'll select us and we'll go beyond the call of duty. I said, you're being very polite, but you've wasted $20,000 and you haven't said it. Why don't you try this approach? Because understand the situation. He's been showing around, they know him, he's on the agenda, they introduce, he walks up and says, in the next 7 minutes, you will decide the best decision you can make for your association and your members is to bring your convention to San Francisco and the Fairmont. 5 you are yours, 1 Fairmont. That is an emotional connection. Then, San Diego is a magnificent destination, and you should go there another year. However, the reasons you should come to San Francisco this year are specific, 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 specific. This is intellectual, analytical reasons that they can go by and justify why they made the choice. Then at the end, and imagine years from now, when your convention attendees are sitting around a convention lobby reminiscing about the best conventions they ever attended. And they remember the one in San Francisco at the Fairmont when you were the planning committee. You know from volunteering in your own organizations there's a lot more work than there's glory. Now, did he say, come here and I will make sure you go down in your association history? He didn't say that, but do you think they might have thought it? See, emotional opening and close, analytical reasons in between. Clients hire me to help them have the competitive advantage that comes from being more powerfully persuasive than the competition. Are you speaking to be remembered and repeated? When you engage me to speak at your meeting or event, my content can be delivered as a keynote or a breakout session. Many of my clients hire me for both. Let's have a conversation.